Hey, Pearl, how are you today? Hey, and here's Minnie. Look at the pretty flowers I just planted. What? Oh, you're right. I almost forgot. Another day of soul care.
Hey, everybody. How are you? Welcome to SoulCARE Thursdays, or Intensive Soul Care. I wanted to do this Thursday, so welcome, everybody. I'll let you all come in, get on the chat right here. So I started this Thursday Soul Care to talk a little bit more intensively about some of the courses on my school because I've had so many questions from them. So I will talk about that, what's going on, and also I'm going to incorporate my 9th day of 28 Days of Love in this Soul Care too, and then open to your questions and inquiries. So hello, Jay McGrath. Marks, good to see you, I should say, right? That's how we see each other with names, right? Thank you. We'd love to have you part of the club there, Jamie. Very good. Hi, another good James Goodwin from Tennessee. Hello. And Mary from Danbury, Connecticut. Good to see you. Laurel Davies. Good to see you. How are you? It's good. So for Thursdays, I'm going to be changing things around. So we're just still in the beginnings of it, as you can tell. Hello from Oregon. Hello. So I don't know if any of you have been following the 28 Days of Love, where each day I go on and talk about a different aspect of love. And it's on this page, Facebook page. Hello, Susan, sweetheart. And so far, if you haven't caught them, I just want to go over what I've talked about this week. So it's broken into weeks, and the weeks are broken into days. So this is week 2 of the 28 Days of Love, and we're on day 9. So to summarize, if you haven't been on these calls, our week 2 is about loving. The first week was loving self, and the second week is loving others. So what I've covered is what does it mean for you to love someone? Like really deep down. And these are great questions for you to ask yourself or journal. What does it really mean for me as a soul in my heart space to really love someone? What does that mean to me? Okay. To love someone, I would say, and I've said this before this early week, is to feel committed and connected to someone. And because of love, and love, of course, the highest vibrational frequency, the energy that brings together, it's a bringing together. And we could say 2 separate souls, but to me, I often think that we've known each other before, especially our relationships with friends and partners and so forth. Those are very important in our lives. So I almost feel like there's a recognition to each other. So, and it's when you're with someone and love someone, not only is there commitment, but it's taking the time to understand them, to kind of share the world with them and see it from their point of view. And of course, there'll be friends as well. I'm with some great friends who I see things with them from their point of view and try to follow things with them. And it's also, I think, someone that you love, you build on each other. You build to expand on each other's insights or perspective, awareness, making them maybe see things at a different point of view or just bringing stuff up to discuss. I know some good friends of mine, and as these days get longer and old, and we get older, you get shorter and shorter friends. But it's interesting when you have friends for a long time because you've traveled this same road and this journey, and you know each other so well that you share this journey together and how they're doing. So that's you love someone deeply. That's that sharing, if you will, of each other and the journey and the world within. It's also, I'm going to read this here. I find that if loving someone else, it's also having an interest in their relationships and what's important for them. I think that's very important. And you've probably heard me say this many times, that in a relationship, it's important to support each other and to support each other the most you can. A friend of mine was very instrumental in letting me see things in a different way and letting me see things that I didn't know were happening, blindsided, or maybe I wasn't aware of certain things. And friends will do that. People that really love you unconditionally will help you to point out things that are not for your betterment, that, you've been doing this that might not help you, or you have this person in your life that might not be the best thing for you. So that also is part of that. So relationships are our best teachers. I really believe that. And many times romantic relationships, because you're really vulnerable in those sorts of things, those relationships, being vulnerable. And I find a lot of people are sometimes hesitant to get involved in a relationship, especially nowadays after COVID. Very interesting. that people feel like maybe they don't want to be vulnerable because they've been in that place of COVID and they had to be secure and protected. So it's a whole probably new thing now about dating or going out with someone, if they still call it that, because that sense of vulnerability, especially around a pandemic. But to me, I think you just got to be yourself. You don't try to be anything else but who you are. And people love each other for who they are, really. And I don't believe that there should be airs, or you try to be something that you're not, or you try to be something that the other person wants. Just be yourself. It's the only thing that'll work, right? So relationships are indeed our best teachers. I mentioned this week, I think the second or third day, that I said, take a moment to reflect on 2 to 5 people you spend most time with. And then I said to people, what qualities do you find you like about them, you love about them, each one of them? That was an insightful exercise we did. So today is the 9th, is also, we talked about yesterday, reactions to others and seeing them. Everybody, we all are part of each other, even families and friends. I think we're mirrors to one another, right? So I often say that that person is just mirroring what's going on within you. So if you feel upset or imbalanced or something going on, and that's from somebody else who's throwing things at you, and it upsets you, and you're judgmental to that other person, before you judge that other person, stop for a few moments and say, okay, what's going on within me that I feel that way? What within me is not in wholeness of being that needs to become balanced, that needs to become balanced and in wholeness in order to be neutralized? I think neutralize is great. I think being neutral and observant is very, very important. I think it's great, also very beneficial, to stop and just be aware of what's going on, observe, and don't speak right away. Just stand back and see what the whole story is before you react. We talked about that yesterday, reactions. What else we mentioned yesterday? Oh, I this is today, day 9, setting an intention for the relationship you want by becoming the person who is a match to this desired relationship. Really important. So if you want someone in your life a certain way, you want to be what you want, which I think is just, again, going back to who you are. And I do believe that there's magnetic fields. I do believe that like attracts like. And I think if you are a certain way, you'll attract that which complements you. And I know that to be true. And it happens in the weirdest, strangest ways. I really believe it happens in the weirdest, strangest ways that will happen. I know the spirit world and those realms around us, that they pull strings and make things happen, or help things to happen that are meant to be. And I think we can give them help just by being open and loving to the experiences and not judging, because when you judge, it's all fear-based, and fear blocks, fear puts walls up, but love is open and expansive. So remember that fear blocks and limits, where love is the opposite of that. I also believe today, I just want to talk to you a little bit about, if you want to, you've probably heard this before, about a vision boards and those sort of things about the person that you want to be in a relationship with. I think those are very good, relationship boards. I started those in the 80s. I started doing relationship boards before Oprah even had them on her show about doing visual boards, because I think it's important that not only do you have it in your mind what you want, you visualize what you want, but to have it actually in a physical place, and you put up pictures or words and you can see it every day. I think that's really important. So in relationships, whether it's a partner or a friend, or groups of people you want to be with, I think it's important to also put that out there. So saying that, I want to attract to my life people in my life that were on a level that of understanding the same level. I'd have to go work hard for that relationship, and that we just get each other. And I did that, and I put pictures of just people with dogs. And I'm happy to say that now that I have Pearl, my dog Pearl, and I go to a dog park every day. And the other day I was thinking, wow, these people that I'm becoming friendly with here are the people that I put in the board that I want to hang out with, people that are easygoing, not a lot of drama. And it's funny, the ones in the dog park that have all this drama, they're in a different part of the park. And I'm looking around like, wow, we're kind of the same kind of neutral group here. So it's pretty funny. So you get what you give out. And that's exactly what I'm going to say about that. So that's 9th day of 28 Days of Love. And Valentine's Day is coming up, and I'm going to do a special sale for like 50% off. So I'll talk about that tomorrow. And what else is there? Hello from Missouri. Bethany Caldwell, what's going on for you in 2023? You tell me. What do you think? What's going to happen? I don't know. You know yourself better, so you could probably tell me what's going on with you. And then the other thing was, a visual board does help. Low to iceberg. I just hope that the person have poured out my heart to, that I have poured my heart to, eventually wants, oh, thank you, Renee, wants to commit to a serious relationship with me. He feels like home. So Lotta, iceberg, you got to first feel at home with yourself. And I wouldn't say you hope it's going to be that way, but you first got to take care of what's going on within you, the levels of loving yourself, right? How can you have anyone else love you if you can't love yourself? So whatever you want in another person, you first have to have within yourself. So if you want a committed relationship, how does that look to you? You know, don't hope for it, but create that. What does that look like for you? So you have to do a little bit of work there and create what you want. So visualize what you want. That's really, really important. Okay. Haley Newman, thank you. I was just going to say this, Renee. Thank you. Renee's doing, the behind the scenes here. He's picking up the right people that I'm thinking of. Haley Newman says, if you think that, then you create that. Very true. There's a great book called As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, written in the 1930s. It's all about that. Positive thinking and what you create with your thoughts. If you think that you create that, if you tell yourself that you can make a relationship and you will have a perfect relationship for you and that you're not a failure and you start to believe it, it will happen for you. It's very, very true. Positive thinking attracts what you want. You deserve it. Very true, Haley. Very, very true. True words never spoken. So thoughts are things. You are programming your future. It's called universal programming. And you're just putting out to the ethers that what you want. But you have to be a part of that. You can't just throw it out there and let the universe take care of it. You have to be in part of that equation. You have to be the one half of that equation. So you got to make what you want. You got to do universal ordering by knowing exactly what you want, specifically what you want, because you'll get exactly what you put out there. Very true. Jamie Hall has a universe box, which I give a universe box which I got as an idea from Gabby Bernstein Manifesting Challenge, similar to a board. Yeah, so you can use a box, but the reason I like a board is because you can actually see it. Where a box is great, but you're putting it inside something. So I like that you see it. I use them many times on my bathroom mirror. I have like a lipstick thing, and I'll write a word up there. One word I put is distractions. So I'll remind myself not to be caught up in distractions during the day, that I have to focus on what my goal is, what I'm doing for that day, and don't be caught up in distractions, which easily could happen. So that's a good one. So I think a mirror is a really good one too. And mirror at the same time, you can do visual work of self. So my mantra is healthy am I, happy am I, holy am I? And I do that every morning in the mirror. Or I do it in the shower, but mostly in the mirror because I'm seeing myself and I'm really just having that relationship. So healthy am I, happy am I, holy am I? It's a really good one. Okay. Bobby Stretz, my soulmate passed 6 years ago, still trying to move on. It's a hard one. You have to go through grief, and grief is a really hard lesson in the school. It's a hard lesson in school, but one of the things, Bobby, is to know that you're not alone, that your soulmate is still around you, just at a different level of doing things there. And you have to finish doing stuff here. I've had a couple of soulmates pass over, and it's hard. It's really, really hard. And actually, I'm looking at a picture of one right now on my bookshelf. So, and I know that, and my soulmate once said to me, came back to me in my mind once and said, make sure when you come over here, you'll be with me. I'm like, well, why wouldn't I be? So there's so much to do, but finish up your job here. You have a very, it's a gift to be on this earth, even though it doesn't seem like it at times because we're this dense vibration, but it really is. Make the most out of every moment. And I know that you're not doing it alone. We never walk alone. Remember that we never walk alone. And I think I think our loved ones leave gifts behind, like leave treasure box behind. But we have to have the courage to open up the box and open up the gifts and see what's inside, and rightly so, and live accordingly. And also just to open up a little bit, Bobby, we never know what the circumstances were or are, in that maybe in another lifetime, another existence, you left first, and that soul had to learn what it was like not to have you around. So we go both sides of the coin. We have to learn balance on both sides. So just stuff to look at, just different perspectives, instead of just being heavy into the grief. Seeing the bigger picture in some respects is always different. It helps us differently. Okay, good luck. Val, hi James. Is it common to have anxiety about death? Yeah, okay. I seem to have started panic about death and afterlife. I have to lose my mom. It scares me if the unknown. So the unknown is what's the scary part of it. It's the unknown because you want to be in control, right? So a control thing. I think I know who this Val is. So the death is the unknown. It's a great unknown. But the thing we have to realize is everything is energy. Energy doesn't die. Energy changes form. And you can't see around you because we're in a three-dimensional vibration. So it's outside of this dimension. So it's hard for us to realize that. But we also have to realize that without us seeing it physically, there are all different types of like energy, rays, radio waves, television waves, microwaves, all these different types of waves of energy all around us. It's very busy in the atmospheres around us. We don't see those things, but yet they exist. Same thing with energy. Even though you don't see it, it exists. And all that physical death is the soul exiting the body, and you're conscious of it. Well, sometimes you are, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're unconscious of it. But it's not painful. It's actually just the opposite of that. It's something to look forward to. And leading up to it might be a difficult journey, which really is a disease or something that really hurts and painful. But I believe seriously that, the wonderful universe has provided inspiration to scientists to create pain relief for us, because we're not meant to suffer down here. So that's where medications come in. I'm a big supporter of that. And I'm a big supporter of living a quality of life, not the time of life, not the quantity. So there's nothing to worry about, Val. You've done it many times. We've all done it many times. And this isn't our home. This is our school. Remember that. Okay, good luck. Hi, Valerie. Married to a narcissist, fighting to keep positive. Okay, yes. So Kelly White, my wonderful friend of mine, is having an event in February. Renee, you know that event that she's having about narcissists. It'll be on Kelly White, WHITE. She's on my page, my homefanprog.com resource page. She's having a special with her and Shirley and Palnizzi, I don't know, and Valerie. Never can pronounce her name. And it's going to be a whole special a whole workshop on narcissists and the different types of narcissists. So that's coming up, and that'll be, I think, in March. So it's Kelly White. You can look Kelly White up and find out what that's about. That'll help you, Valerie. We have a lot of narcissists around us, and different levels of narcissism, and different levels of personality disorders too. There's many different levels of them, sociopaths, and different levels. So that'll be a good workshop for you. Hi, Laura Essing. How are you? Good to see you there, Laura. Good to see you back. Oh, there it is. So it's under thank you, Renee, under James Van Prague there, and there's the chat, Eventbrite, Surviving a Narcissist. There you go. That's what the course you want, Valerie. That's the workshop you want. Yes. Bethany Caldwell, is my health going to be okay? I had a kidney cancer and lost a kidney last Thanksgiving. What do you feel, Bethany? Write down, what do you feel? You're going to be okay? If not, what do you, I just want to know. So you had cancer. What do you feel? You're going to be okay? What do you feel? So I want you to look inside your body, like go inner and scan the inside of the body and see what's going on with you. And you can write here in the chat room, what do you feel? Yes. Thank you, Renee, for this. I'm going to be doing a cruise in August. If you have not heard about this yet, it's going to be my 65th birthday during that week, which just happened. I didn't realize that when we booked this, but it's stepping in the spirit world, and it's working an immersion into spirits, into the realms around us. And it's going to be full of readings, a lot of connection to the spirit world. The first day, we're going to get in touch with our guides, who your guides are, and they're going to bring you on this journey each day in the spirit realms. And it's going to be a very incredible, immersive journey in the Alaska cruise. So if you're interested in that, it's Friday 18th to the 25th. And you can go on my website to find out more about that. And it's going to be a lot of work about, really, it's for everybody, from beginning to advanced mediums. Not even a medium. You don't have to be a medium to go on this cruise. It's just going to open your mind up to that space that your soul already knows. And I'm going to use a lot of the exercises I have in my school. I have a wonderful called A Day in Heaven, and I'm going to be using that. And I'm going to really help you to leave the body, out-of-body experiences, leaving the body, going through different levels of consciousness, and becoming aware of the spirit people around you, of your guides, what they do on the other side. Where do we go? We go pass over. So it's going to be inclusive of all that. So that's it's going to be limited to about 200 people. And we're still some openings. So, but the inside cabins the outside cabins, the balcony, they say going fast, because August is the most popular month of the summer for Alaska. So people are going in there. So register as fast as you can. If you really want to go on that, you should probably just jump on it because they go in quick if you want a balcony. And trust me, the balcony to me is the best part because the glaciers, you come up with these beautiful, large blue glaciers, and you can almost reach out and touch them. I mean, they get pretty close. The boat gets pretty close. The ship gets pretty close. It's the fourth time I've done the Alaska cruise. It's one of my favorite cruises, and people just love it. And life changes for a lot of people. So anyway, that's going to be this August. But if you want to register, I'd say this week and next, probably the best suites. Otherwise, it might be gone. Okay, thanks everybody. And the other thing is, I'm right now working on my life coaching course, which is on sale at the JP School of Mystical Arts, and that's really wonderful of having tools about living life, making the right choices for yourself, and just like I talked about Bethany, learning how to feel within yourself, scanning about your inside of yourself, and so that's also available. Let me just go down here. Okay, where we are feeling good. Very good, Debbie. Judy Bison, I live in Salisbury, Ontario, Canada, and it's freaking cold here. Lots of snow. God bless you. Yeah, it's a cold freeze up there for sure. Okay. So Bethany came back and said, I'm feeling I should be okay, but was wondering what you see. I don't see anything. I just, again, I got to get back to you because I feel that we can create or destroy. And I think if you see yourself as a healthy being, you'll be that way. You can survive one kidney very easily. So when you see that self as a healthy, loving person, feel the joy in it and get rid of any fear that's attached to it, because fear breaks down and only love heals and separates. Love heals and brings together where fear separates. So see it with love. And if that's just the way you should do that. And I like that you said you see yourself okay. You see yourself vibrant and healthy and happy. Okay. Okay. Judy, I would have joined you on the cruise as we share exact same birthday, but to Greece instead. Well, so sorry, Judy, go to Greece. I'm so sorry to hear that. Now have a great time. That's a great cruise too. I've done that one. That's a good one. But thank you. Have a happy birthday too, Judy. Okay. Here we have Susan Burrows. Sometimes I think that I really haven't done anything really worthy in this life. Well, then you need to take the life coach course immediately, and then you'll have a different attitude. Trust me. I remember they were looking at some of the folks I helped. It actually looked to them. It looked like I was looking into the eyes of God. Yeah. You've helped probably a lot of people, but you beat yourself up, but don't take the time to celebrate you, and you need to. So it's very important that you take time to be with yourself and to honor yourself. So many times our spirit people come back and say, I should have honored myself while I was in the physical body. I didn't. I should have loved myself and not lived in fear and not lived in judgment of self, but loved myself. I am God. We're all God with that brilliance that God is. So we need to put that out there, Susan. See yourself as a loving light being. And that's who you are. So don't underestimate yourself, darling. Okay? Yes, Lord, heal from within. That's how you have to do it. From your heart forward. Heal from within, heart forward. Hi, Sue Wells. Thank you, Sue Wells. Very good. Mary, I'm not doing any messages from your mom right now. This isn't a message service, but if you go on in the school site, there's different ways of tuning into the spirit world. And that's so if you want to take the time to do that, you should. But this isn't a message service here. Okay, sweetheart. Well, I'll leave you guys with that for the day. And thank you. And I hope to see you on the cruise, or hope to see you on Mondays here for SoulCARE and Both Sides Down, which we do at that 6 o'clock at night. And also the 28 Days of Love. Tomorrow will be the 10th day, 28 Days of Love. So thank you. Thank you. God bless you all.